Did you know if you shorten your nails right in half and it's thick, did you know that's a good thing? I'll tell you why. Let's do some nails. Okay, so this is, remember that rose? Did you ever see that rose, the 3D rose that I did, the inlay? That's this nail, and I just put some gel polish on top. But this is, you know, that little dolphin nose, see that? You can see the little dolphin shape. That's how thin this nail is. And if I turn it sideways, see that? It's a really nicely built, structured nail. It's thicker in the apex, and then as it tapers off, it gets thinner and thinner and thinner. And it's not a thick-ended nail, okay? Okay, so let me show you what it looks like when we cut it in half. And the reason why that's important is because you just might want to shorten your nails, right? And when you do that, you're like, ooh, look how thick it is. But that thickness is a good thing, but I'll tell you what we can do with it. Okay, so we are gonna cut this right in half. So I'm just gonna dive into it. Okay, let me just smooth that off so we can see it. Okay. Let me move the dust. Okay, look at that. That is beautiful to me because that's showing me that it's nice and thick where it's supposed to be, at the apex. A well-constructed nail tapers toward the free edge. When you shorten the long nail, the free edge becomes thicker, and this is a good thing. That's what you want. But what happens when someone comes in, or you yourself want to do this? You want to shorten that nail from this long nail, and you want to shorten it to a shorter nail. You can do it, and look at it from the upper angle. It looks perfect. I can leave it. The client can go away. But look how thick it is. So we need to get rid of that. Okay, so it doesn't matter what product you're working with. If it's hard gel, acrylic, full cover tips, or hybrid gel, whatever you're working with, when you shorten a nail down like that, it should be built that it has the thickness in the center like that, if it's something like that long, right? We want to be able to just now take the whole thing down. It looks good from this angle, but it is obviously far too thick, and we don't want our little short nails to be that thick. So what we're gonna do is get rid of that gel right away. Oh, that's right. Remember I did say I have this design. This is the 3D inlay flower that I did. I love it. So because the nail is shorter and it was so long, when you shorten a nail like that and it becomes so thick, you don't want to just take down the free edge. We've got very little free edge here to take down. We want to take down the whole nail, because when a nail is built long, the apex starts further back toward the cuticle. This nail was relatively long, so I had a wider area of apex on the surface of the nail to be able to support the length on this end. The apex got to be higher on this end. But when you shorten it, you must take down the thickness so that nail looks ratio-wise naturally more fitting to your finger. So like, it's okay to have a thick nail like that if you've got the length to support it. But when you go much shorter, you don't need all that height in there. So you just want to simply just take it right down. Now, of course, this is the design that I had underneath. Just ignore that. So what I'm always going to do, though, is check the underside. And I am coming down. See that? Let me just get the dust off. See, look at that. I put my finger on top. You can see much, much thinner. So I'm going to take some down on the side here. You can see it getting smaller and smaller as I take it down. I'm going to put a coat of polish on it, actually, gel polish, so you can really see the difference. That's great. That's what we want. Okay, so I'm just going to buff it up. I always, when I'm finishing a nail, I always buff it with my arbor band, a medium or a fine arbor band bit. and I just go over the whole thing to give it a nice, smooth, even finish.
It might be hard for the viewers to see what's going on with the pattern there.
I was thinking the exact same thing. So I'm going to gel polish it so we can see the exact difference. Okay, let's gel polish that up and so we can really see it. Okay, we're taking a look at now directly down on it, and you can see this one with the polish. You can see how much thinner it is. Now I shortened this one next to it so we can see it back to back, totally the difference is. This was a long nail, and I shortened it just to show the cross section, you might say, of how thick a nail can be. Now this might be a little tiny bit thicker because I did create the 3D rows, but generally that's how thick they can be. And this one was that thick, as you saw. I cut it down in half, and we can just file it down to be a nice shorter nail. Well, thanks for watching. I hope to see you in my next video.